Bye bye, man.
The Bye Bye Man is directed by Stacy Title and stars a ton of people no one knows about or cares about. January is back and better than ever with The Bye Bye Man. For those who don't know, January is the month where production companies, pour their worst films. And January horror movies are usually the worst out of all of them. Opening alongside masterpieces such as Sleepless and Monster Trucks, The Bye Bye Man is probably the worst out of all of them. Not only does this reflect on all of the movies to come out this year, but it just brings back the horrible January horror film tradition. Since last year was the year of horror, and that was really just predicted by the two horror movies that came out in January last year. The Boy in the Forest, both great movies to come out in January, but this movie is the opposite of great. The Bye Bye Man is the worst movie of the year, by far, and I don't even know what it's about. It's about this man that you can't say his name, but you can think about it, even though it says not to, and then he comes and kills you with his CGI dog. Fuck! The opening sequence for The Bye Bye Man is really good. Even though it looks like a film student project, it is still pretty good for, what it is. It's a 1960s, like, did you tell this person, oh, I'm gonna shoot you. It's a really well-made sequence. But you could just tell that they didn't have the budget to make the entire movie in the 1960s. But once you jump forward from 1969, no, it wasn't 69, was it? But once you jump forward from the 60s to modern time and you see the actors in this movie, you lose all hope that 5 minutes built up for you. Because right when they open their mouths, they have the worst acting. Like, they sound like porn stars that just want to get straight to the sex. But The Bye Bye Man has no sex because it's PG-13, so it's really just this pointless porno with nothing. The Bye Bye Man was actually supposed to be rated R, but, production companies want to get younger people into the movie theaters, so it's PG-13. If it was rated R, it could have been fun. It could have had some blood, could have had some nudity, it could have just been like Friday the 13th, classical, just stupid horror film. But no, it is an atrocity to the entire horror genre. It's been getting trashed by not only critics, but audiences. It currently stands at a 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb, and I think a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is higher than it should have. The first act of this movie isn't completely horrible. The acting made the entire theater laugh, which consists of me, my dad, my aunt, and my cousin. So, the actors were really trying. I honestly don't even know if they were, but Douglas Smith, he was in Ouija. The rest of the people have no other credits, but he was in Ouija. And then Carrie Ann Moss randomly shows up in like the second and third act, and she's not even trying, she just wants a paycheck. My biggest issue with The Bye Bye Man is that it has a decent premise. It's stupid, like it's named The Bye Bye Man, it's gonna be stupid, but it has a premise that you could do something with. Like, it's such a thin plot that you could stretch it out to be something decent. Sort of like what Don't Breathe had. It was such a thin plot, but they stretched it out to be just this horror masterpiece. The Bye Bye Man doesn't even attempt. It brings in all these ideas of a train and this coin that drops and how the Bye Bye Man has a dog, but they make those things so prominent and then they just kind of leave them. Like, why does he drop coins wherever he is? Why is this dog with him? Why does the train mean anything? Why do you see 3 people standing naked in front of a train? This movie just makes no sense. Not only is it just makes no sense, it is boring. Throughout the, half an hour to, an hour and 10 minutes, nothing happens in that time frame. I was just waiting for, a cheap jump scare. That is how low I sank for this movie, is I just wanted a cheap jump scare. And the jump scares that were there, I didn't jump once. My heart didn't even, bounce. This movie is not all scary. The design for the Bye Bye Man is actually pretty fun, but the dog, it is some of the worst special effects work I've seen in years. That is how bad this thing is. It looks so unrealistic. You can't even see the horrifying things that this dog is doing because it looks like something from Norm of the North. The ending of this movie, you know what it is from a mile away. You can just assume what it is. It's not scary, it's unenjoyable, it has virtually no soundtrack, jump scares are non-existent, the CGI is I can't even get over it. The plot is jumbled, the writing is beyond horrible, and the actors just, I want to see them in nothing ever again. They have no talent. There are maggots crawling out of this chick's eye that look like they were made off of Adobe just special effects. This entire movie is a jumbled piece of trash. I guess thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to have reviews for Patriots Day and a Monster Calls up next. I wanted to put this one before a Monster Calls because I just needed to get this one out of the way. I'm also wanting to do a top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017, so that will be out soon.